In the darkest chambers of ancient palaces, where illness was seen as a curse sent by the gods, there existed a bird so pure that even death was afraid to stand in its shadow. This was Caladrius, a bird not of fire, not of thunder, but of hope. White as untouched snow, eyes like polished moonstone, a creature believed to decide whether a human would live or fade into silence forever. Legends say Caladrius was never found in forests or skies alone. It lived close to kings, close to power, close to death. Because where humans were strongest, their fear of dying was greatest, and Caladrius fed on that fear. When a ruler fell gravely ill, priests would bring the Caladrius into the sick chamber. The room would go silent. No prayers, no cries, only breath and waiting. The bird would be placed near the bed, and then everyone watched its eyes. If Caladrius turned its head away from the dying person, the meaning was clear. Death had already claimed them. No medicine, no miracle, no god would interfere. But if the Caladrius looked directly into the eyes of the sick, hope returned. Because what followed was not healing, it was sacrifice. The bird would absorb the illness into its own body. Pain that belonged to humans now burned inside a creature too pure to deserve it. The bird would grow weak, its feathers would lose their glow, its breathing would slow, and then it would rise, flying straight towards the sun, not to escape, but to destroy the sickness. The illness would burn away in the sunlight, leaving the Caladrius cleansed and the human healed. This is why Caladrius was never hunted, never caged, because killing it meant killing hope itself. In medieval Europe, Caladrius became more than a myth. It became a symbol that illness was not punishment, but something that could be carried, shared, and removed. Some believed Caladrius could see into the soul, that it did not judge the body, but the heart. If a person had lived with cruelty, greed, or betrayal, the bird would turn away, not out of hatred, but because their soul was already too heavy. This terrified kings, because crowns could not protect them. Gold could not buy Caladrius's gaze, only purity could. As centuries passed, the world changed. Science replaced myth, hospitals replaced temples, and Caladrius slowly vanished from stories. But ask yourself this: why do we still call white birds symbols of healing? Why does light still represent recovery? Why do we believe someone must carry our pain to save us? Because the idea of Caladrius never died. It transformed. Today, Caladrius lives in nurses who stay awake all night, in doctors who absorb trauma to heal others, in parents who sacrifice themselves silently. Caladrius is not just a bird. It is a reminder that true healing is never free, that someone, somewhere, always pays the price. And maybe, just maybe, if Caladrius still existed today, it would not live in palaces. It would sit quietly beside ordinary people, deciding not who deserves to die, but who still believes in life. A white shadow lifts into the sun, and hope burns bright once more.